Yes, episode 14. Kendrick Johnson and my co-host Matthew Wells, coming from two separate states, but like we did a couple weeks ago, we get the job done. I'm gonna just hide this episode. Time to do the damn thing. Which
I like it. I like it.
We've been waiting for a year and a half to see this rematch.
UFC 214,
I'm
man.
jealous. I'm kind of mad that you're gonna be there. You got me.
It's finally here. It's finally fight week for UFC 214, man. I'm pumped. I'm wondering what kind of drama the week is gonna hold, because there's gonna be something. There's gonna be something crazy happening, man. And I'm just feeling it. And if something happens to make this fight go away from us once more, man, it's gonna be a riot. I'll tell you that much.
Somebody's catching a fine.
Yeah, no doubt. But what episode number is this again? This is what, number 14?
14.
Number 14 on
UFC knowing
14.
predictions. Shout out to my boy Chris Weidman for coming through. I was one of those fights, like, I didn't want to see either guy lose on a personal note, because they're both good guys. And Kelvin fought as good a fight you can and lose. Like, you can't your stock can't go higher in a loss than his last night. But I am good that Chris Weidman preserved my spotless record. You batting about 75, I'm batting 1,000. Just saying.
Yeah, man. Looking at the fight, man, it was a good fight for Kelvin. It was a good fight for Chris, obviously. He got the W, but for Kelvin, man, it was just a fight where he was just too small. It was that fight against that elite at 185, and Chris Weidman was just towering over that dude, man. He completely smothered on the ground, even though, he did well to defend submissions and everything through the first two rounds.
Man, like 4 times.
Yeah, he got up. He defended well, and it was a solid performance, man. But again, the size just too much, man. This isn't the old school UFC where size doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows everything now, so size definitely comes into play in a huge way these days. So,
do you think Chris Weidman can take any advantage? Like, yeah, he won, but it's kind of like he was supposed to win. Once in a while, I was thinking it was crazy that people were picking against him. Like I said, like, on paper, I can see why people pick Kelvin. I'm not trying to say crazy, because I almost did it myself. But, like, at the end of the day, we knew he was a really big welterweight, fighting a legit middleweight former champion at the end of the day. That's why I went on and went with Chris. And he was fighting at home. If you don't say home field or home cage, whatever you want to call it, don't mean nothing. You don't know shit about fighting, because that dude was extra pumped last night versus fighting in Vegas.
Yeah, that's what it was, right? It was just one of those fights, man. I think for Chris, it doesn't do much. Obviously, in a way, it does do a lot, but it really doesn't, because again, Kelvin wasn't a top tier guy at 185, but it keeps Chris. It keeps Chris off of that 4-fight losing streak, which is the biggest thing. If Chris lost this fight, man, who knows what he would have done? Would he have tried to?
You start calling Watch in there as fast as possible. Baby, we still got a shout. Still got some checks coming in.
Shoot, hey. It's just one of those things, man. If he would have lost that fight, who knows where we'd be talking about Chris Weidman right now? Would we be talking retire, hang it up, try cutting to 170? What angle would we be going off of today if he didn't win that fight?
Yeah, but the other thing about Chris is, like, do you think his game has really evolved enough to keep up with the new school athlete? Like, I think he could beat Rockhold. I actually think he could beat I think he could beat Rockhold. I know he could beat Bisping. But it's like, where else did he fit? Because it wasn't look at this. He wasn't losing to Rockhold. He got stupid. He showed enough for losing to Yoel. He was fighting a perfect fight against Yoel, and then he hauled off and did a casual shoot and paid the price. And Robert Whitaker, I think he's actually the worst style matchup for Robert Whitaker. Worse than Yoel, worse than Bisping. Because his size and his he's been on that level will be something that, because Whitaker kind of outlasts people, he won't be able to last Weidman. But the same thing is, we saw last night, his chin is suspect now.
Oh yeah, he's really, really suspect, man. And when it comes to taking that big shot,
that was more the telltale for me, was the chin. What you think?
No, I agree, man. It was. That's the thing. Like, that's what Yoel got him with. He got him with one clean shot, and he was out. I said Kelvin. Kelvin Gastelum got him with one clean shot and almost ended the fight. You know what I mean? So that the chin is really a suspect thing. It's almost like if you can just land that clean shot. I mean, I guess that's true for any fight at any moment, but you know, it's I don't know. It was kind of a scary moment there if you were in Chris Weidman's camp.
If they have, I wonder if they would have 15 to 10 more seconds. Do you think he gets him out of there?
Yeah, that's what he said after the fight. He said if they had 30 more seconds, it would have been over. And of course,
Chris Weidman said that.
No, Kelvin did in the post-fight presser. He said 30 more seconds, he would have got him out of there. But of course, Chris denied it. He said he wasn't that bad off, even though he got dropped clean. You know, but he did well to recover in those final seconds, though. I mean, you got to give him that.
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a huge win, and I kind of like my little quick recap I did of the fight last night that I threw up on MMA Latest. I mean, this really was a fight that was a fork in the road for both fighters, because for Chris, either you have 4 losses in a row, or you get back on the winning streak or winning ways. You prove you can still win at this level. For Kelvin, it was like this is the step to where you see, can you compete with the larger elite guys at 185, or do you need to really address your weight cutting issues and make it back down to 170? Which you were like, man, this dude's gonna be a beast at 170.
Yeah,
he's gotta get there. He's gotta get there. Gotta get there consistently.
Tyron, and he I think he's evolved enough that he would give Tyron some problems, because the first time he fought Tyron, wasn't like Tyron just ran through him. He just didn't make weight.
It was a good fight. And I mean, to be fair to Tyron, I think Tyron has drastically improved his game since then too. So that'd be an interesting fight, man. Kelvin's got to get that weight cutting issue down, though.
Got to, yeah. Well, we know what thing Matthew Wells doesn't like. He doesn't like people that don't make weight.
I mean, listen, again, you listen to the podcast before, you already know I hate weight cutting. I hate that whole idea, the whole concept of weight cutting. But if you put your name on that contract saying I'm going to make 170, you better show up and hit that scale at 170. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. It's just that simple, man. So
what do you think about the card as a whole? The co-main, it was the
co-main was kind of a boring fight, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, it was a good fight. It was a good fight between Darren Elkins and Dennis Bermudez. Good fight. Overall, wasn't very exciting. I mean, it was a solid back and forth fight, but there wasn't like any moments where you felt like the fight was going to get finished. You know,
exactly. And yeah. I don't think of them as a top 5 fighter. Like Kelvin smashes both of them.
I mean, yeah, I mean, way different weight classes for sure, but you know, I mean, it's just one of those things.
They fought at 170, right? Or what are they?
Ooh, Bermudez and Elkins? No, bro, they're 145ers. Come on now. Way off. Yeah, you tripping. Now it is 12 o'clock at midnight. You know, I'll talk to fatigue on that one. We'll let that one slide. But no, I mean, it proves Darren Elkins, man. Darren Elkins is just tough. So is Bermudez, and I mean, that was just 2 tough guys that couldn't get each other out of there. It was just a solid matchup.
And game planning makes a big difference, because Team Alpha Male, they had a perfect strategy and they executed, because without that game plan, that was the only way he could win, with that game plan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. It was just a solid fight. I mean, it was one of those fights that as it kind of went on, it felt like it was like a glorified sparring match, if you get what I'm saying. Like both guys just really going at it. Nobody was going to get knocked out. You know, it was just going to be one of those tough battles, you know. That's what I felt like. So it was a good fight. I think Darren won the fight. A lot of people were split, just like the judges were. So
I had 29. Whatchamacallit? I had 29, 28 for Elkins.
Yeah, that's how I had it too. But I'm not mad if he scored it for Bermudez too. It was a close fight, man. It was a close fight. There now, the judges though, in some of these other fights, they were a little suspect with some of their scores, man. Which we'll talk about here in a second. But what else on that?
Patrick Cummins won?
No, I think he won.
I think
he won. Yeah, he absolutely won.
Well, 2 and 3.
Sure.
It's just to me, I just don't understand cards like this. Why I think UFC should have less cards than have cards like this.
You think so?
Okay, like come on now. the people we're talking about, the Elkins, the Bermudez, the Volantes, the Patrick Cummins, do you see them remotely like fighting for a title and they're co-main eventing a national TV? Like, come on, bro. You should be on the prelims. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting time.
Yeah, I mean,
like, like I could say, out of all those fighters on there, Weidman don't count. He's a former champion. I only saw Gastelum, Rivera, maybe Almeida. I think Almeida shot. His chin is suspect now that Cody Garbrandt knocked it loose. But I didn't see no future world champion. So it's like, why am I watching this card? Like, we fighting to be the best or must see fighting. Other than Alex Oliveira, I don't see nobody on the cards like, you got to watch this dude.
Hey, shout out to Alex Oliveira. Man, he looked really good.
Yeah, other than him, I was like, you got to watch him. Like, regardless of who he fight, you got to watch him. Like, the other dudes just like, bro, you just getting a paycheck and taking up time.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you can't base a whole card around that, man. I mean, there's undercards for a reason. You got guys that are entertaining at times, but no, everybody's not going to be a world champ, man. It's just people just don't have it. So you got to put on entertaining fights, and it happens, man. You get some spectacular knockouts on these undercards, man, with guys that won't sniff a title shot. So, it's all put together to build the show to the main event, man.
But some of these people that I don't get is like they try the shit you do in the gym and gonna try to pull it out. They've never probably even done it. I'm gonna try to pull out this spinning back fist and throw a kick. It's like you just asking yourself, it's like it look like amateurs sometimes. It's like, dude, man, he done that maybe once in his whole life back in 2013. He gonna try to do in the biggest stage of his career. It's like, what are you thinking, bro? That's why I see a lot of these fights. I see that a lot.
I mean, to be fair, I think most times if somebody's doing it in the cage, they've practiced it a good amount inside. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've trust me, I've seen that in the gym.
The prelims and below you, we see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they train in the main card. Yeah, for the prelims and below, I always see something like, did he really just practice that? Like, what would make you think that's gonna work?
Oh yeah. Trust me, those dudes. Listen, gym hours are long and tiring, man. And once practices go on, you got to get a little silly. You try stuff that doesn't really ever work out. Listen, when I was training, man, for MMA and jiu-jitsu, man, we were doing like random silly crap, like just to keep the mood up. We were doing like practicing tornado kicks and stuff like that, like stuff we're never going to do in a fight. You know what I'm saying? But it's just stuff to keep the mood light. So guys try spinning shit in the gym all the time.
So tell me this. I know it's a big deal, Luke Rockhold coming back. But what do you think about Rockhold and Branch? And I'm not funny. Who is Branch?
Oh my God! Come on now. You know who David Branch is. David Branch, former champ at World Series of Fighting.
Yeah, but it's like really, I'm gonna pull up his resume. Like, I know who he is legitly. Like, I was being kind of funny. But
I think he's on a 10-fight win streak. Former champ.
I don't put no stock in World Series of Fighting.
Last fought at UFC 211 in Dallas. You were there. Come on, bro. You know who this is.
Like, I do, but it's like, should he be fighting like Luke Rockhold's comeback fight? You think he's gonna do something like?
Well, it was a fight for Luke Rockhold to take and get back in action, and of course David Branch was like, I'm not turning down anybody. So they offered him the fight. He took it, man. I don't blame him.
I'm like thinking like this dude fought that Christoph dude. It's like, okay.
Well, it was a very bad fight for him. Very bad fight for him.
That's what I'm like, who's this dude? Like, I've seen him fight, but I wasn't like, man, I'll sure do want to see him fight one of the top fighters. It's like, how did he go from fighting that Christoph dude that we saw him in Dallas to fighting Luke Rockhold? Like, what did he do? Like, I didn't get it. It was kind of like, that was a head scratcher. Like, I'm not going to say who is this guy, but what has he done? I should have said, what has this guy done? I should have said, so I phrased it wrong. It shouldn't be, who is this guy? What has this guy done?
Champ, double champ. That's why he's getting this fight. Came back to the UFC in the second run. He didn't have a very exciting fight, but he got it done. Luke Rockhold is coming back from a year-long injury.
Yeah, he tore some meniscus and his ACL.
Yeah, it's been over a year coming off that knockout loss to Michael Bisping. So he's just got to get back into action, man. I wish more guys would take fights that really don't necessarily make all the world of sense on paper, like after a year-long layoff, especially when there's an injury involved. So it's a big spot for both of them. I mean, I think if you consider where the 185-pound division is right now, if Rockhold comes back and gets a win, he could find himself in a title shot for his next fight. If David Branch gets a knockout win over Luke Rockhold, he may be in a #1 contender fight. You just never know, because that whole division with Bisping holding up the title, and I don't know, it's weird right now.
Do you think, well, especially since the interim champs hurt, that's the first time I've ever seen the interim champ being hurt throws off everything. It's usually like the main person. But do you think that Rockhold would match up with how do you think he matches up with whatchamacallit? I don't put no stock into the Bisping fight because he shouldn't have took the fight. I know for a fact. People in his camp told me he shouldn't have took the fight. His ego thought he could get through, and we saw what happened. But so that sets up a trilogy. But with Whitaker, that'd be an interesting fight because I don't know if he's quick enough to stay with Whitaker because Rockhold has problems with people that are faster than him.
For sure. I mean, he's more of a slower, measured, methodical type of striker. When he throws his strikes, they're friggin' laser beams. But he likes to control the pace, set the tempo himself. Kind of stalk and feel you out. When guys put pressure on him and keep charging forward, that's when he has trouble, for sure.
So what was your takeaway from the whole UFC Long Island? Like, are you glad we just watched it on TV instead of go there? Like that was. That's not worth going.
I think it was overall. I think it was a fun card through and through. There's some terrible judging going on. I want to touch on this real quick. Did you see the Jimmy Rivera Thomas Almeida fight?
Yeah, I had that around a 10-9, but I can see why somebody had it at 10-8. But he definitely won the fight.
They were using the new. I'm sorry, we were talking about the first round here. They had the new rules in place, so knockdowns are supposed to be more significant. Not necessarily saying one knockdown scores you a 10-8, but when you knock a guy down clean twice in one round, that's supposed to be a 10-8 round. Going by this new judging criteria. So
but here's two things. One, he got up, but it wasn't like he was up and fighting. Like he got down and he was kind of still losing. And he dropped him back again, so it wasn't like he dropped him in minute 4. And
that's what I'm saying. That's got to be a 10-8 round, man. You almost finished the fight. You knock a guy down clean twice, and you had him hurt. That's got to be a 10-8 round. And then here's the thing where the head scratcher comes in for me, right? So in the second round, Thomas Almeida knocks down Jimmy Rivera, right? You remember that part?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was like a flash knockdown, though.
Clean knockdown from a punch. It rocked him. He got back up, obviously, continued fighting. And then Thomas Almeida, I thought, won the whole second round. So my question is this. One judge scored the fight 30-26, which means for the first round, he scored a 10-8. I saw the scorecard. So he scored the first round in 10-8. 2 knockdowns occurred in the first round, equals a 10-8. Second round, Almeida gets 1 knockdown and pretty much controlled the rest of the round.
Oh, but you didn't give him the round.
How do you not give him the round then? Like, that doesn't make any sense. How do you score the first round at 10-8 and you don't give Almeida the second round? Like, there's no consistency there.
Did you score, like, for instance, Weidman, Gastelum, did you score the first one for Kelvin? Because, like, I think the knockdown gives Kelvin the round.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
how I did. Because, like, Chris did more work, but that one, because I'm fast. What they all run together, bro. What you would see when we were in that damn hot ass tent in Vegas. Man.
That was after the McGregor fight.
We've been in multiple times, but I'm talking about.
It was after McGregor Diaz.
No. It was 209. It was Woodley. It was Woodley and Wonderboy. It's 209.
No, yeah, you're right.
Bob Bennett just shows up.
You're right.
Bob Bennett, Nevada State Athletic Commissioner, the guy that tells McGregor, Mayweather, Tyron Woodley, everybody how shit gonna go down on fight night. He comes in there and says, for y'all that didn't know, a punch can win the round. So I mean, dude could be losing the round and catch somebody and drop them and win the whole round, even though they got dominated. That's why I took it. Or he could swing around by 1 punch. Like he might have got hit 12 times and only landed 2. But if it's 2 or one of his 2 are more significant, a lot of Kevin Gastelum, Chris Weidman, perfect example, he gets the round. That's what I took from that.
100% agree. Listen, knockouts happen with 1 punch. So if you're trying to if you're going to sit up there and tell me that a round can't be won with 1 punch when a fight can be ended with 1 punch, like you're not making any sense, especially when that 1 punch knocks you on your ass and you have to scramble to recover. Like that means you're almost finished. That means you're almost out of the fight. So you can absolutely lose a round in that situation. Absolutely.
I was always like, that's a myth. That's a myth that you can win round by a punch, because people used to always say that. So I was like kind of like, man, I can shut people up now because we got that Federal State Athletic Commissioner, D-Man, saying a punch can win a round. Because like a lot of people would like sit there like, oh, because they've been saying for the last couple of years that can't happen.
Absolutely.
This is going off script. So what are you gonna bring up? So since you're gonna be representing both of us, I still gotta pay my damn PayPal for the journalist meeting.
Yeah. What about it?
I said, so what are you gonna try to get accomplished for the Ken folks? I'm be back here in Texas, and you gonna get Daddy fired up, because you know how Daddy gets fired up. Get him going. I would be the light if I was there. You already know I know how to get him fired up without even trying. So I would be trying this time because he be fired up. Because my whole thing is people like him, like Danny, makes very valid points. But my whole thing is what's gonna change. How's that gonna go? Like that BS they had us doing at 213 got us down there in the middle of the damn auditorium, and there's only 200 people up in the damn thing. Like y'all need to stop with that.
Yeah,
and then another thing that's getting blatantly very 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 bad, and just like as I've talked about, my relationship with UFC is pretty golden now, so I have no problems with them. But certain people that represent them will blatantly lie to you. And since I'm one of the few people that cover multiple combat sports, I know when you're lying pretty much as soon as it comes from your mouth. And this particular individual, it keeps doing it when it comes to some of this Mayweather-McGregor stuff. So it's like, what you gonna do when it concerns your stuff if you already lying in the biggest event that's gonna happen this year? Like, I can't trust you, but yet I need to put my career or some part of my career in your hands. I got a problem with that. And these people don't realize, like, they're messing with some of us people's monies, and they think it's no big deal. It's how we've always done things. Bro, I will cut you if you mess with my money.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we're going to be discussing for sure at this meeting. There's going to be a lot of questions asked. I've got a few I already have on deck already. I won't reveal.
I'm going to email you some.
Hey, I mean, get them to me. They're going to be recording it for private viewing after the fact. So for members that won't be able to attend, we'll be able to watch and see how everything went down and all the responses to the questions. That way there's nothing lost in translation. What was said, and you can actually see it. So we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an interesting meeting for sure. And I'm hoping it's the start of something really good. I'm putting my full faith in that, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Here's two big things would be, how's it going to be legit dialogue? Like, it's more than, hey, Lene, or hey, such and such, da-da-da. How's it going to be like, hey, this is like a sit down with like 5 multiple people. Like, you count on hopefully 2 hands sitting down with people at UFC and make decisions to get some things going. First of all, how's that going to happen?
Is just going to be with all, like, I don't think there's going to be any UFC people there on this one. I think it's just all journalists.
How we go from all these ideas that we talked about in this to them going to the UFC. That's what I mean, like a group of people talking on behalf of certain people, talking to the UFC, and more. It's more than just Lene, because she's the head of the PR lady. Shout out to Lene, great lady, very great lady. Take care of us, take care of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? How's it going to transition? And
that's how any like labor union, whether it be like a MLB players union or a ML,
that's like a cuss word. I know
right?
That's like a cuss word in Las Vegas. You say union, oh shit. You'll say union, bro. Yeah. They freak out. And number 2, I'm not trying to say who needs to be in power, officers or whatever. You need some kin folks on that. I'm just saying, but whatever. But I have a problem with people that don't even go to the fights. Ain't my fault you're blackballed, or you got issues with this person, or you cuss this person out at whatever UFC event or whatever your issue is. But you cannot be on an officer if you don't go to the damn fights.
No,
that's ridiculous.
I agree with you on that. And we're gonna vote on this whole the whole like board of directors, so to speak, if that's the official name, I believe. We're gonna vote on the board, I believe, as well. So
how is that? Because so it means like somebody like myself that's not there. Do we get a vote if we still involved? And another thing too, who's all elected? Because like I know you got the interim people, but like election,
bro. There's so many questions. I will find out on Friday. I mean, I don't know right now. We'll see how it plays out. I just know the meeting's on Friday.
Next week, episode 15.
For sure. So many questions right now I can't answer. So, I mean, we just got to wait and see how it all plays out. Like I said, man, I'm going in there with a positive attitude, with a lot of questions, and we'll see what comes out of it. You know, if it's good, it's good. If not, you know, then, hey, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So, you know, I just hope it's going to turn out to be something positive. So
yeah, represent us both.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So will they make you mad when you get your ask for a refund?
Nah. I don't know how that's all gonna work. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, let's get into this other talk that's been burning up social media right now, man.
Wow.
So let me throw this out here for everybody that's not privy to what happened, right? So I don't know if you during the Mayweather McGregor press tour, right? They played like a little trailer, or there's a little trailer for Conor McGregor's upcoming documentary, right? And one of the clips, you could see Conor McGregor running through hallway with the Golden State Warriors jersey on, the old school one, right? With the number 23 on it. So Draymond Green thought that was his jersey. So he takes a screenshot, posts it on Instagram. I'm trying to pull it up right now here, right here, so I don't get the quote wrong. Posted up on Instagram. Here's what he said: "We rocking with Floyd, bro, not you. Take that off, bro." At the Notorious MMA. Okay. So, and he actually, even Floyd Mayweather chimed in on this one, which is even funny. So Floyd says, "First, splash for the cash. Hashtag Warriors. Hashtag Michigan." Responds, "Now ask yourself why I'm rocking CJ." Or he said something before that, but I guess it got deleted. He said essentially, "I'm not rocking Draymond Green. This is for CJ Watson, right? I don't know who you are. Like, I don't follow basketball." He said, like, "Keep working," you know, something like a McGregor line, right? And then the second one was, "Now ask yourself why I'm rocking CJ when I don't when I don't know or give a fuck about basketball. I dribble heads off the floor, not a ball. This is no game here, kid." Okay. And of course, like, there's a screenshot right there for everybody watching along that can see it. That's him in the jersey. So this kind of sparked like an interesting debate on social media, at least.
Why you got people saying there, "Oh, so now we're using domestic violence to sell pay-per-views"?
Exactly. I think some people are looking way too much into this. Like, it's clearly this is when I saw this, I thought Conor's trying to get into Floyd's head. Okay. CJ Watson, for people that don't know the backstory, Floyd Mayweather and his girl that, you know, I forget her name, that was the victim of domestic violence by Floyd. She started sleeping with CJ Watson. He found texts from CJ Watson, yada, yada, yada. One thing leads to another. Domestic violence happens. She leaves him for CJ Watson. So there you go. That's why Conor McGregor's been talking about CJ Watson, right? So it's a thing to get under his skin. It's a thing to say, hey, I'm that dude that that your girl left you for. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. Like, I'm using this to get under your skin. It's a little jab. But people on social media, some people have been taking, "Oh, you're using domestic violence to promote a fight." That's belittling her situation and using it to promote the fight for monetary gain and all this kind of stuff. I'm like,
they were on the press tour, you fools.
I'm like, you really looking that much into that? Because I'm not reading it that way. I'm reading it as Conor McGregor's trying to get under his skin and play mind games with him. I can guarantee you Conor's thought process was, "I'm going to use domestic violence to promote our fight." No, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I can see that angle, but I think you're digging way too hard when you go that route and try to say that he's using domestic violence and belittling it. And so I responded to some people on Twitter, man, and I got some backlash for it, and I just stopped responding. I just stopped.
You got that heat, man. You got that Frankist, bro.
I mean, I tried to, like, there's a particular person, I won't call her out because, you know, I genuinely, like, honestly, like, not
in the MMA community. Like, but I know who this person is.
she's on MMA Twitter. You probably have seen her, but I don't want to call her out just to, send any like negative vibes or anything, because I agree with 99% of what she says. But this is just one of those things I just like, that's not what's happening here. Like I didn't get it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it as Conor's talking shit. That's what I saw it as. Not, oh, he's wearing the CJ Watson. Oh, that's going back to the domestic violence. Oh, so Conor's making fun of domestic violence. He's making it seem like it's not a big deal. He's belittling it. Like, no, that's not.
And also, too, who goes, you know what? Because he wore that jersey, I'm going to buy it now. I wasn't going to buy it. Now I'm going to buy it. Who does that? And he had the whole press tour to bring that up. I think personally that was already talked about as a taboo, because boxing people, little do y'all know, when this was a so-called rumor, when your boy told you in February was going to happen, that was being talked about, like what not to come up. And notice other people bringing up. He's never said anything or even joked about that. As all the stuff he's brought up, no, that's something he ain't not even like can't get construed as that. I think that's part of their agreement that people are looking to bring it up because neither one of them have.
Yeah, and so I will give this guy credit on Twitter. It's my boy Adam Hill out there in Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Review Journal. So he tweeted out after me and him and I guess all the other people were seeing all this backlash about this whole interaction and Conor wearing this jersey. Adam Hill tweets, "People are strange. I'm seeing more anger at Conor trolling Floyd's DV issues with the CJ Watson jersey than I did at Floyd for his actions." That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, so many people are upset for Conor wearing a jersey than they are mad at Floyd for actually hitting a woman. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Choke, boy, one hit.
Whatever. Whatever. I mean, you get what I'm saying, though. Like,
yeah.
Again, like I can see where this angle is coming from. I can understand it, but I think you're a little bit off base if you're taking that route and choosing to put your anger in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like people need something to talk about, because first it was like the whole racist thing, then it was the gay thing. Ain't no press tour this week, so you don't got no goodies. So let's go back into this. Then when that trailer's been out for at least a week, maybe two, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're reaching for stuff. People are reaching for stuff.
I mean, possibly, yeah. It's just one of those things. I saw that negative backlash. I was like, really? Like, we're really going there? Like, sorry. I don't agree with it. I mean,
what was the 2 minute tweet you got? I gotta hear. What was the 2 minutes tweet you got?
They weren't mean. They were just people, kind of like replying to me, trying to say, so I'll read, just kind of like a little Cliff's Notes version here. The focus isn't on domestic violence. The focus is on selling a fight. Using that to make money is disgusting. The fact that you focus on domestic violence aspect may even be worse. The lack of the focus on the domestic violence may be even worse. Again, like you said, like there's probably an agreement in place. Like, we're not talking about that in the promotion of the fight. You know what I mean? Which, if you think that's fair or foul, that's your decision. I'm not going to judge you either way there. And then this is the one that kind of really made me scratch my head, because they're saying if he turns around and donates money to like a women's shelter or something, then maybe they can change their feelings on it. Like, he didn't say anything about domestic violence. Like, he didn't say anything negative about the woman that was actually victimized. Like, if anything, CJ Watson is kind of the hero in this story. You know what I mean? Because he's the guy that the girl ran to. He's the guy that the girl ran to get away from abusive Floyd Mayweather. So all he's doing is rocking the champion's jersey at that point, if you feel me. So I don't get it.
Do you know the whole situation though?
I know the very bare bones about it. I know.
Your boy knows the real story.
So hey, if you want to divulge, please be my guest.
What happened was Floyd basically bought, her name's Josie Harris, aka his baby mama, his 3 youngest kids, that's their mom. His oldest kid, the one that kind of looked like him with the glasses on the stage, they call her name's Yaya. Her name's Ayana. Her mom is named Alyssa, another lady who Floyd takes care of both his kids' moms. They're both well taken care of. I'm not trying to make light of it, but like Miss Harris has a house, sports cars and everything in LA that she wouldn't have from Mr. Mayweather. Not condoning domestic violence. I just put the facts out there. CJ Watson comes involved. He bought her a house. He gave her specific rules of do's and don'ts with buying this house for her out in the upscale part of Las Vegas. Like I think it's called the north part of Las Vegas. Okay. And one of them was basically he didn't want her to she dating with somebody, whatever. They could be around his kids or whatever, but they couldn't be hooking up in the house that he bought for her. When he found out caught wind that she was breaking the rules, he went through her phone and kind of basically ambushed her. And I won't say he did or did not. He didn't like physically hit her. Come on now. We see him hit people. He didn't necessarily hit her, but I think he choked her or something. But the reason he went to jail under that is because Floyd had a lot of pending cases. He had a good.
I mean, that's wrong in itself. You put your hands on a woman, whether it be to choke or push or slap, hit, whatever. Yeah, you deserve to face those consequences. So I'm not condoning whatever for sure.
Oh no. But thing is, he technically didn't go to jail. There was always suspicion, but there was no. He didn't really go to jail for that. I don't even know exactly.
For sure. Huh? He was never convicted of it because obviously.
But thing he had
because of this right here. You feel me? That right there gets you out of a lot of problems.
But here's the thing though. He had so many things. He had that, and it was a big thing that they really tried to get. That was I'm gonna say bigger than domestic violence. Not trying to catch no backlash, but he basically had his bodyguard shoot at somebody in Las Vegas. Like he basically had a hit on him. All this stuff happened all at the same time prior to the Miguel Cotto fight. If people realize, if look back on that fight, that's probably the worst Floyd's looked in the last 5 years. He got hit, beat up, and not beat up, but he got more bruised up than he usually do because he knew he was going to jail 30 days afterwards. But they basically kind of found a way to, hey, we need you to have this fight. Basically, it helps the whole city economy. You got to do your 90 days. 30 days after the fight, and it was around the domestic violence stuff, but he had a lot of extra craziness going on that, like you said, if he had the money, if it was me and you, we might be like OJ, still out there in Nevada jail, talking noise to probation officers.
OJ's not a good example. OJ's getting out, bro. OJ is living the good life here in October. So
dude, why are people so surprised that this man's getting out of jail? What the hell do you think they're gonna have this dude on national TV for a probation hearing? First of all, what probation hearing if you see him on national TV? Second of all, they weren't gonna put him on national TV. You know what? Keep your black ass here for another 3 years.
No, I mean,
come on. When that dude was gonna be on TV, I'm like, oh, he's getting out. I knew right then and there.
I knew he was getting out before all of that. I mean, you gotta, like, from all accounts, like he was a picture of the perfect, candidate to get out on parole when he was there in jail. But OJ Simpson, he's a guy, again, by all accounts, like he's one of the most personable people that you'll ever meet. And you can see that, like when he talks in his interviews, like the guy is really personal, real relatable. He makes you believe he didn't kill 2 people.
Now we talking to that probation officer. He told that man, I never seen 2 things. I never seen a guy basically talk shit to the probation officer, and he talked more than his lawyer did. He told old boy, the probation officer, "You don't know what you're talking about. That property was mine. I took it. State of California gave it to me."
Of course. And you would believe it. You would absolutely believe it. I mean, he's the guy was in movies for a reason, man. He's got a great personality, but things he did in the past, man, he's just a terrible person. So again,
if he goes back to Las Vegas or he goes back to LA and something happens before he dies, I will be clowning on him. Yeah. Like, keep your ass in Florida, stay out of Nevada, stay out of California. You go 48 out of the 50 states. Hell, you can go anywhere in the world but those 2 states. You're good.
For sure.
Once he finds some way to go back to whatever.
Yeah, man. So it's the whole ordeal there. I mean, I guess just to get back to the whole backlash about Conor wearing a freaking jersey, I think it's a little bit overstated in this example. I mean, it wasn't as direct, and it's related, but it wasn't a direct attack at domestic violence by any means. This was a simple play on Floyd's psyche to kind of get under his skin, maybe try to make him make a mistake when they actually get in there and share the ring. Will it work? Probably not, because Floyd, as we've seen at the presser, Floyd didn't crack at the presser when Conor's right there in his face yelling every word in the book. got in the hole.
I think it's 50-50. Neither one of them are gonna fight. Like kind of like a champion versus champion fight. Like
I don't think anybody's mind is gonna get rattled.
Yeah, like for instance, even before he fought Pacquiao wasn't rattled when he got in the ring. He got rattled, or he wasn't rattled before he got in the ring. He got rattled when Ford took away that left hand, and he didn't know how to throw no other punches because he's never learned any in his 20 years of boxing. That's what got him rattled. Had nothing to do with talking noise.
I agree with you there.
So, speaking of Conor, got caught up with Mr. Paulie Malignaggi, the Magic Man himself, who gave the show an exclusive interview on sparring with Conor Notorious McGregor.
Man,
Get up, man.
Kind of a smooth segue right there. Did you practice that one?
Freestyle.
We got an ad playing right now on our YouTube, so we'll get to the audio here in just a second. So here it is, Kendrick getting with, again, Paulie Malignaggi, talking about some Conor McGregor stuff. So here it is.
It's also with Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie, is it crazy the fact that you've been in sport basically your whole life? Have you seen anything like this? This is like even gonna be bigger than Mayweather Pacquiao, you think? Yeah, it is sort of a novelty. Some people call it a sideshow, call it a novelty, call it something outside the box for sure. But it's definitely something that sells and has grabbed the appetite of the paying public. So from sparring with Conor, because I saw somewhere you say there's a method to his madness. Does that mean he has a legit chance? For somebody that one of the few people that cover, because we got a poll in the media because I cover UFC and boxing, and basically there's probably maybe 8 to 9 of us have actually seen Floyd and Conor both fight live in their separate sports, and I'm one of them. And I don't see how either one of them can survive in either one of them's world. I'm one of the few people that think it's going to go 12 and Floyd wins by decision. But do you think it's going to be at least competitive? That's up to Conor. He's working on some things, some novelty things, and some definitely working hard on a game plan. And it's not up to me to really talk about that game plan. But he's an outside the box thinker, and there's a method to his madness. He's not just going in there to train just for the sake of training. He's going in there to train with his body, and he's going in there to train with his mind. And I think it is so the game planning thing, having his team on. Have you seen him fight in the octagon, or you just seen highlights? Have you actually seen a fight of his or two? Yeah, I've seen fights. Got you. For those of us that say that are peers, kind of like yourself, will make one think that knows the sport of boxing or in MMA to think that he won't get lit up like he did against Nate Diaz the first time. Nate Diaz. He was a bigger guy too, so a lot of the strikes will come out. I was doing it with taking Nate away. This is a different kind of fight. This is all guys are about the same size, and they're leading in a weight, which is fine. Both of them, I think Nate was actually bigger than Conor. I think everyone was able to that hurt Conor in the fights with Nate Diaz. Nate obviously is a world-class fighter, but having actual size over Conor didn't help out. I don't think anybody is naturally bigger guy. All kinds are pretty much natural weights last year in middleweight, and I think that could back up the play. Do you think Conor will have the speed to be able to catch Floyd? Because even though Floyd's 40, he's still pretty fast. Do you think he's slowed down enough that Conor has a puncher's chance? Because at the end of the day, it's still a fight. Yeah, it's still a fight. I wouldn't call it one quality that's going to make or break the fight. I don't know if it's going to be speed or power. I think it's a combination of a lot of things that both fighters need to have in order to come out successful. I don't think there's one thing that can definitively say this fighter has this one thing and that's why he's going to win the fight. I think the winner of the fight is going to win this fight because he's got several different things that he's got in his game plan, and the various rifles to the arsenal. I think both guys are probably working on those various things to their personal arsenals. Gotcha. Does it make you feel honored the fact that they came to you for sparring of all the people they could have went to? I thought it was pretty cool, to be part of the biggest fight in combat sports history. I'm going to get to see him over from a perspective of the training camp, and then I'm also going to get to see it from the perspective of calling the fight live for Showtime pay-per-view. on Fight Night. So five different looks into this fight, and it's kind of a cool thing to be a part of.
Can you give fans a little insight to, because like fans don't realize the mentality that both Conor and Floyd have. Because more boxing fans realize Floyd for what he's done over the last few years, last 15, 20 years, I should say. But for people that don't know Conor, give them some insight to how serious he takes the fight game. Because those of us that watch him in MMA know exactly like he's the real deal. But some people that may just see the press conference don't realize that how much he's committed to this craft to be that good in combat sports.
Well, I think anytime you're that good at anything in your life, you have a certain amount of commitment and dedication to it. I don't think anybody becomes the best or the most known in their particular craft, be it a sport, be it a regular job or whatnot. I don't think they become the best at it without having a certain amount of dedication to it. A person that knows how to be a winner knows how to be a winner because they put a certain amount of dedication and time and passion behind what they do. I mean, Conor, if he's the kind of person when he commits to something, he puts all his passion, all his dedication into it. So he wants to be the best, and he's been able to become the best in the mixed martial arts world, become the most known fighter in the mixed martial arts world. And he's trying to put that same effort into boxing. It's not always the favorite in a fight. I think it's a very difficult fight for him, but at the end of the day, that put his ball into everything else he's done in his life, and he succeeded at it. So you can't tell him that he can't do something, whether he's going to do it or not, it's up to him. But I see the passion, dedication, and training that he's put forth. He's working very hard at it.
Do you think people should use that regardless if they're a boxer or up and coming UFC fighter? You think they should use what Conor does in and outside the ring as a blueprint to be able to get on that big stage, to get the money, to get the notoriety that everybody fights for?
Some of it is not given. I don't know that the blueprint is like that for everybody. Conor McGregor's personality is a genetic thing. You can't just stamp that personality onto somebody. Big reason of why Conor McGregor is so successful. It's his personality. It's not only is he good at what he does, but his personality is a polarizing personality, very charismatic, and he attracts attention. So then once he attracts the attention, it's obviously up to him to perform, and he's been able to perform his whole career in the mixed martial arts world. But without that charisma, he would just be another really good fighter that maybe wouldn't get the attention that he's getting right now. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, and charisma is not something I believe can be told. I think charisma is something you're born with.
Some of that Floyd wins and goes 50-0 for you doing the boxing game. You didn't feel that cheapens everybody keep talking about him breaking the Marciano record, the common record of being undefeated and retiring. Do you think that cheapens the record, or at the end of the day, 50-0 is 50-0? Yeah,
50-0 is 50-0. I mean, really, I'm okay with the Rocky Marciano beat at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there were a lot of guys on his record that might do it questionable too. Everybody's got guys on their records that you might have beaten and say, hey, that was kind of an easier soft touch. I don't know how many of soft touch Conor going to be though. I mean, at the end of the day, people will make it like this is soft touch, and people will make it like, oh, he's not a boxer, so he shouldn't count. All fights count. This fight will count regardless if Floyd wins or loses. Obviously, it's a very tough fight for Conor to win, but he's also got, like I said, he got a very unique game plan, and he works hard at it. So I'll try to whoever wins or loses, I learned it.
I've never gotten to you with this. I've seen you multiple times. We ever talked about this. Do you think it's crazy the fact that pure quote-unquote boxing people don't give Floyd his credit? Like, you look at his record, like, for instance, people like to say, oh, he caught people when they were past his prime, and all these people are younger than him, the Canelos and even the Pacquiaos, or like Pacquiao caught people just about everybody except for, I think, Mosley after Floyd. So why do you think people give him his just due, even though the facts are in the pudding, that he does what he does?
I'm not sure. I think it's a little bit of envy, jealousy, or hate. I think boxing fans also are a very weird breed in that they're the kind of people that want to see a guy lose when he's doing really well. Which is a very strange phenomenon that you only see in boxing. But most of the fact, Mayweather has his place in history, and he named it.
And final question: do you think we'll see anything remotely like this in our lifetime in the next 15, 20 years, regardless if it's another mega boxing event or a UFC gone, boxing not going? Do you think we'll see an event this big in combat sports in the next 20 years or so?
In the United States, I'm not sure. celebrity racing is going on. This is a worldwide phenomenon. It's happening in the United States. And earlier in the year, I saw an amazing spectacle. The Super Celebrity Chris Cody was stating that it was probably the most amazing spectacle of a fight event ever attended in my life. I think Mayweather McGregor is a different kind of spectacle, but it's a similar spectacle in that way. The King of Warrior is not one of the stadium though, but the worldwide attention this fight is getting is on a different level, not just a spectrum. And I'm sure it'll be a long time before something can happen again.
Man, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on the show, man. Look forward to seeing you out in Vegas, brother.
Yes, sir. I'll see you soon.
All right, thank you, Polly.
And there it is. Powerful stuff from Paulie Malignaggi. Right there on the Slip and Dip podcast. Exclusive.
I deliver, man. I try to deliver, man. I do it for the people.
Yeah, for sure. That was he said some good stuff there, man. Some really good stuff. I mean, Paulie's a really level-headed dude, man. Back when he was fighting, yeah, you probably have a different opinion of him, but I like where his head's at now, man. I like the coaching, analytical Paulie Malignaggi that we see today.
I basically take it that basically Mayweather McGregor is going to be more competitive than what people think is what he wants us to just so he wants to show people.
Yeah. I mean, it's. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of doing his portion as well as helping sell this fight. I don't know exactly which type of monetary gain that he's going to get out of this from training with Conor. But yeah, I mean, it's a fight that everybody wants to see. I think more people are hoping that it's going to be more competitive than it really will be. But hey, at the end of the day, I won't be shocked no matter what happens. It's the fight game, man. It's the fight game.
You will be shocked. You will be shocked to what? I need some clarification on this one.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I am well within the belief of Floyd Mayweather will win an easy decision. I'm also the obviously shocking, I guess the quote unquote shocking result would be Conor McGregor knocking them out. I mean, that shouldn't be as shocking considering Conor McGregor has knocked out dudes literally twice Floyd's size, or knocked them down, knocked them on their ass multiple times. So it's like, I mean,
got bigger gloves. You
got bigger gloves, but
we got a guy that's never been knocked out.
For sure, and that's because he's the best defensive boxer of all time. Now, who knows? Punches will land. Will it be a power punch? Will it be that left hand shot that nobody?
Are you a promoter?
I'm just saying.
Bro,
there's a reason we're going to be watching the fight. There's a reason the fight is so big because of the what if, right?
No, okay. Look at this way. Also the what ifs with simple facts. You got people like Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, some of the best boxers of all times. They didn't knock him out. They hit him some. And then you got people. You mean tell me Conor McGregor hits harder than Shane Mosley?
I don't know.
Because he got
I do know this.
He's on versus that man, my boy Floyd rocking thing. So but at the end of the day, he rocked, but he didn't fall. So if he can get through that, how's this man that's never boxed before gonna do better than that?
One thing I do know,
three or four time world champion.
One thing I do know. Nobody can take that left hand shot. Steal a line from Floyd and use it against him right there in the press tour. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, man, it's the whole what if. I mean, in all seriousness, if Conor went out there and caught him with that left hand and wobbled Floyd, I think that's a win for anybody. If he wobbles Floyd,
we're gonna say it in the next promo where McGregor fights in UFC. That's gonna be in the promo.
Oh my god.
We'll say the best of his career.
Oh, for sure. I went out there and I rocked Floyd Mayweather. What have you done? And I'm the champ. Rocking the suit that says "F you" in pinstripes.
I think Conor's fighting for highlights. I keep telling everybody he's fighting for highlights for the rest of his career to put on his promo.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, Conor's already won. If we're talking like real winners and losers here, Conor has won by getting this far. So, I mean, bravo, sir. He gets to quadruple his net worth for half a fight. Again, stealing another line from the press tour. I'm not saying I watched it. I'm not saying I watched it multiple times and memorized.
Bro, you could quote more than me, and I was at one of them live.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying that was gold. It was gold through and through. The whole press tour, that's just something, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing we're never going to see again. To kind of capitalize on your question, your last question there to Polly, yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything like this in the next 20 years, you know.
But here's the thing, though. Mayweather Pacquiao, we didn't think we were going to see nothing close to that. That was just in 2014, bro. That's why I never say never, because I was at Mayweather Pacquiao. I don't know if you MFers that can talk. Like, you got Denzel over here, you got Oprah over here, you got Tom Brady coming in his jet from the Kentucky Derby the same day. That was supposed to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And less than 3 years later, my black ass gonna stroll to Vegas again and have something I'm gonna be talking about for another 20 years again.
It's possible. It's possible, but what we're gonna have to have is we're gonna have some 10-year-old out there who is gonna be the next Floyd Mayweather. We're gonna have some 10-year-old who's gonna be the next Conor McGregor, and they're both gonna have to come up, change the game again after the game has already been changed, and then run up a 49-0 record, run up a double champ thing in the UFC. It's just gotta be a perfect storm of dynamic athletes from both sports or meeting again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, but basically, like the equivalent that could happen now if they had like, for instance, if Andre Ward with his skill level was talking noise, and you got, say, John Jones doing what he doing in the UFC, staying at trouble, just dominating. Man, he's so bad, he gotta go to boxing for competition. So you could see something like that. Yeah, I agree with you. That person is not in boxing or in UFC now, but could they just be an amateur now, or could they be in elementary now, bullying on people?
Right. Yeah. It's gonna be somebody special, man. Somebody that we don't know, that's not even on the map right now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is possible, but here in the moment, I'm saying it's highly unlikely. I'll put it that way. That's my official response. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely.
So we segue on to what you gonna do. Our man Matthew Wells will be on the scene this time. Since I was in scene 213, he's stepping in. 214 gonna be in good old sunny California, SoCal, Orange County, sir. Anaheim. So why the hate for DC?
Perfect question, sir. I posed that question on Twitter. Actually, did you respond to my? Did you respond?
I didn't see it up. When you put that today?
No, it's been up for about 4 days now. I think it's about to shut down right now. So I posed this question. Yeah, it's. I posed this question on Twitter about 4 days ago now. And it's funny that you literally asked the exact question that I posted and I added a poll to, and we'll talk about the results of it here. But the question was simply, if you are one person that does Cormier, and I gave 4 choices on the poll. He's the champion, but John Jones still beat him. Towelgate, which happened against the second Rumble Johnson fight. He beat Gus and Rumble twice, is option C, or other. All right, so I got 432 votes currently right now. The leader in the clubhouse by a large margin is he's the champion, but John Jones beat him.
And beat him easily.
Yeah, so that's why 47% of these people believe that's why, or are stating that's why they hate on Daniel Cormier, because he didn't beat John Jones, which it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Because if he can go out there and win on Saturday, are these 47 people going to flip their opinion, or are they going to flip to one of the other reasons why they hate Daniel Cormier?
Well, if we're gonna go by technicalities. Technically, he did beat the man to be the man, as Ric Flair would say. Woo! And number 2, what like they say on the challenge, TJ Lavin, the host of the challenge, he hates quitters. Matthew Wells hate people that don't make weight. Technically, your boy did not make weight. I give him a pass, because by the rules they let him go up the damn tail. He did what he had to do, so it counted. But he really didn't make weight, so he could have lost his title on the scales by rule. But they let him do it, so I don't hate on people. They let you do it. It's all fair. But Cormier's got as much great area for his championship reign as you can have. You gotta admit that. But I will say this though, he did beat Rumble, finished him. He did beat Gustafsson. They're the best out there. You can only beat who's in front of you. And the person that when John Jones was in front of him, he didn't beat him. I think that's the reason why I wish we got him on the show. Why he gets so mad, because everybody, like he says, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. He's done everything he could do, but beat John Jones.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of it is also that he doesn't like the character that is John Jones, like him as a person, him having the issues outside of the cage, being the party guy, the cocaine, the drugs, all that kind of stuff. That's not Daniel Cormier's character. But again, part of the responses under the other was because he gave John Jones so much shit about those things. Like he literally would go out there and berate him while he was trying to recover, and kept putting him down, like kept calling him a junkie, all this other stuff, yada, yada. You guys already know all of the lines that he's thrown towards John Jones at this point. So that's another reason why people hate on him, because he kept throwing it back in his face when he was trying to recover, trying to fix those issues.
But at the end of the day, my sparkling record, what something is it at 9 or is it at 8? I was thinking about that.
I don't know. It's you're undefeated. So you're the current champ. So we
gonna add that and new John Jones official prediction. I actually think he's gonna stop him, but I'm just gonna go with the W. He's gonna get his hand raised, so that's all that matters to keep the record intact. I'll be one of the people falling out of my chair if he don't get his hand raised. Another thing too, Anderson Silva's situation, a freak injury, don't count.
Yeah, a little caveat there for sure. It's just a weird spot, man. Daniel Cormier is one of those guys. If one guy wasn't in front of him, he would be the greatest fighter probably of all time we'd be talking about. If John Jones, you take away John Jones, I said that last episode, you take away John Jones, we're talking Daniel Cormier, one of the best ever.
He's still one of the best ever. I'm not going to say he's not.
He is, but again, 47% of people say he's the champ, but he didn't beat John Jones.
Not say he's one of the best ever. I'm not going to say that. He's just not going to win on Saturday.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think a lot of people are overlooking how impressive his career has been. 19 and 1.
No, dude's had it's higher than top 10. I would say between 6 and 7. If you were going to rank down people in the top 10, he's anywhere between 4 and 7.
Yeah, I mean,
he never lost the heavyweight, and he's lightweight champion.
Yeah,
and I think he could actually win the heavyweight title. He probably could if he beefed up again.
He could have. He probably make it. Make a solid run at it. But I think at this point in his career, he's probably gonna be looking at getting one foot out of the door after this fight, depending on how it goes. I don't know. We'll see. That's going to be obviously one of my questions to him coming up here this week.
What happens if he loses though? Because he won't never see John Jones in the octagon again after Saturday, as far as I'm concerned. There's no more Rumble. He beat maybe Gustafsson, but that's not really a money fight. So other than maybe fighting Gustafsson again, what would he do if he loses? Like, he has the most to lose. John Jones can lose, and he gets a trilogy with Cormier and makes more money. Like, the pressure's definitely on Daniel Cormier. And he did not look good on that little bullshit they had last night when John Jones pulls a WWE move.
Oh, that poorly edited together little smack talk promo that they had going on.
Yeah, but it did not look good to be a week out, bro.
No, and did you see John posted on Twitter?
Oh yeah. I was watching the timeline while we were watching my boy Weidman steal the show last night. He's like, yeah, he didn't look good, bro. John Jones saw it too.
John called him out for wearing the same shirt he wore at the press conference in Dallas.
He told that man, he said, "Did you watch that shirt, sis?"
It's different lighting. I'll give DC that much. Different lighting. The shirt's gonna look a little bit darker. Let's be real.
but he did not look good though. Does he look like he's close to 205? He's about 225.
That's probably what he's about at right now. I mean, he's going to have a hard cut like he always does. Going to come down to the wire. Again, this is going to be one of those.
John look good. John I can't wait tomorrow.
Yeah, he doesn't have an issue on the scale. John will make weight. Cormier though, that's why Friday morning is going to be so damn interesting. bright and early, 8 a.m.
So if he don't make weight, are you gonna snap me that instant text? I'll be looking at my phone for 2 hours every 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna text you. Just follow the Twitter, man. I'll be live streaming the whole thing, tweeting everything that's going on. So, I mean,
this one I agree.
Know.
I would actually, if I was in Anaheim, I'd be right there next to you for this one. All the rest of Rudy put ones, nah. This one right here.
There's some cards, man. There's some cards where you just can't. You cannot miss the weigh-ins, and this is certainly one of them.
I agree. This is definitely one of them. And, you know, I'm not a weigh-in guy by any stretch, but this one, if I was out there, I'd be like, "What time we got to be there? 9 o'clock? Yes, sir."
Mm-hmm.
Show up.
Yeah.
I for this one.
And there's quite a few fighters on this card that have had issues on the scales.
Who?
Quite a few. Let's run down the list real quick, shall we? We'll start at the top. We'll start at the top and go down. Obviously, number one, Daniel Cormier. Prime suspect number one. You got Chris Cyborg on the docket as well. Let's see. Who else you got? You got Renan Barão on the prelims facing our boy Aljo. Who else we have? I think there's one more on here that's had some issues on the scale before.
But what issues that Cyborg had? Cyborg had actually beat on the scale though. She had on the actual scale. She's never not made weight. She just be about to kill herself to make it.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want to see somebody dying as they step on the scale.
No, we don't want that.
It's just not a good look for anybody. So,
tell me this, man. What's your take on Jimmy Manuwa, bro? Because I always think about Jimmy Manuwa, and it's in a clown way. I remember talking to Rumble that morning because I had set up the big interview to help make me notice in the MMA world. He said, "What I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna walk in there. I'm gonna tap gloves with the old boy. I'm gonna knock his ass out in the first round. Put on a nice suit on, do a little press conference. And we're gonna hang out and we're gonna do this damn interview after the fight." He told me this on Wednesday of that week. Before I went to the Fighters Hotel and snuck in the hotel like I'm crazy. Popped up in there. He told me exactly what was going to happen. Sure enough, on Saturday night, that's what happened. So I'm thinking, like, who's this Jimmy Manuwa? He beats a bunch of bums or over the hill people. He walking around like he talking about he not going to fight Gustafsson. I would give him a pass because Gustafsson's never been a champion. So, no, you don't get a pass. You can't beat Cormier. You can't beat Jones. So why you running around like you the face to run the place and you ain't done shit? So from the biggest time, the first time you fought a top 3 cat, you got knocked the hell out.
I mean, he's only lost to the top tier guys in that division. So,
but you talking about you the best.
Of course, every fighter's going to say that. Every fighter's going to say that.
No facts to back him up, though. Don't say nothing stupid. If you don't got no facts, your resume's boo boo.
He's only lost 2 fights. One being the Gustafsson, the other one that Rumble Johnson. Other than that, he's looked very damn impressive. Other than those 2 fights.
Well, so here's the thing: Rumble's not in the sport. Gustafsson is ahead of him. I don't think he can beat Cormier, and we know he can't beat John Jones. So why are you running your mouth like somebody owe you a title shot or like you the face to run the place when you can't beat the guys you got to beat the man? You somebody's brother, but you run around like you doing something. That's annoying.
Why are you hating on this man trying to get his name in the lights?
He ain't know himself by trying to insult my intelligence. Talk about I'm the best in the world at 205. Sit down. Like I said, when this man told me what he was gonna do to him and did exactly what he said he was, and then hung out afterwards at the club. I said, "It's the club." And this is interview. Like, when I tell you what's gonna happen, like, you pretty predictable. Lucky the man's not in the sport again because he knocked you out again.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, Rumble. I mean, one of the biggest early retirements ever. Like Barry Sanders, like in so many ways. It's just,
I wouldn't say that. It's Barry Sanders. I think he comes back and fights John Jones for it's all said and done, though.
Possibly. Hey, Saturday night could spark that matchup. You never know.
I can see him coming back and fighting John Jones. I can see it.
I would love to see that fight. That's probably the most anticipated fight at 205.
He has a puncher's chance.
More than that, I mean, one thing we know about John Jones,
ground game's improved like they said he had. Like they keep claiming, and I think there's some truth to it because there's too many people in this whole MMA world that we talk to that've been like, man, John Jones actually got a legit ground game. Like,
he's always had a good, legit ground game.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is to be about him is people don't give him props for his ground game, but he submitted black belts. He submitted Machida, and I think it was on Vitor too, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I'm like, they're supposed to be black belts.
The dude's a beast.
The one with
There's
Machida that was a gangster though. He put that man to sleep.
Yeah, that got some backlash because he just dropped him. He just dropped him, and Greg Jackson said, "Go get some fans and check on him." That was a kind of a not a good moment for John right there in the eye of some people. But
that's part of the game.
Yeah, you know, you gotta have some sportsmanship.
Who was referee asked him, and they gave him a chance. I don't feel bad. They gave him a chance to not go to sleep, and he kind of went like that. And then 5 seconds later,
I mean, hey, go out on your shield, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what he ain't been the same since that night.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You got to go out on your shield, man. But I think obviously I mean, if you want an official prediction for me, UFC 214, John Jones gets it done and new and never lost it in the cage, rather. That's a long hashtag.
Here we go. The main one that counts for the record is John Jones is going to be in new. Tyron finds a way to get the job done. People talk about Tyron. One thing that people don't understand, that I don't know why more people don't do this, is he just is his game plan to do what he got to do, A, for that opponent, but most importantly, to get his damn hand raised so he can get them checks and feed his family. I respect that. People, oh, he's a bowling fighter. He keep winning, and he's already defended the belt. Almost having time. GSP was at 10, so he's slowly but surely climbing up.
I don't get this whole boring fighter thing, man. I really don't. I don't get it. Tyron is not boring to me.
No, I just say what people say. I
know. I'm saying to those people, like, how he fought Stephen Thompson, a guy who could knock your head off with a spinning back kick from hell. Like, of course, you're going to be ultra tentative when you're in there with a guy like that. He knocked out Robbie Lawler in spectacular fashion, man. Like, give the guy his props.
Carlos Condit on that list.
The Carlos Condit one leaves a sour taste in people's mouths because
he was whooping his ass before then.
I know, but people are going to hang on how it ends, just like people hang on the Kevin Lee Michael Chiesa fight. They're going to hang on how it ends at very last moment. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's what people hang on to. So let's be real.
And then, of course, Cyborg, that they might as well just hand her the belt. They shouldn't even say no, and you don't need to fight. That's what they should say.
Come on now. I'll give Tanya.
I'll give Tanya things to get her on the show, even if it's for 10 minutes.
I'll give Tanya some props, man. I'll give Tanya some props. I think Tanya's going to get the fight to the ground at least one point.
Did she go to a round? Why, my wings at Hooters, do I need to sip up my Pepsi? She going to go more than a round?
It depends. If she can get the fight to the ground, yeah, absolutely. If she can't get it to the ground, then it's going to be tough because Tanya's hands are not nearly on the same levels as Cyborg's. But her grappling on another is up there with anybody. So if she can get the clinch, get the fight to the ground, it'll be interesting. If she's not, it's going to be a quick night.
Robbie, Cowboy Cerrone, that's going to be a crazy fight. That could go either way. I can see Cowboy pulling it out just because he's younger and he's been more active. But it's like I'm not as excited about that fight as most people are. That's a fight with no common sense. You hit me, I hit you. You hit me, I hit you. Like, okay. I like seeing some strategy.
This is one of my favorite fights on the whole card right here. Two of my favorite fighters.
I think what entertaining. I didn't say it doesn't make any sense. There's difference.
No, I think there's going to be more levels to it than just like a slugfest right there because it's both obviously really Robbie doesn't want to get knocked out.
At the first 2 or 3 minutes, you don't think they're going to just go out and just throw down?
No, Robbie's got some levels to his game, man. And Cerrone's got a whole bunch of layers to his game as well. He's got a slick ground game if the fight goes down to the mat. And Robbie likes to get in there and mix it up a little bit. You know, he's smart with his approach, but he comes off like just this reckless brawler, and that's really not what he's doing at all. He's measuring you. He's trying to find these openings, trying to set you up for stuff. Same with Cerrone. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets caught first because I think someone's going night-night. I think it's going to be in just nasty fashion too. Like highlight reel.
I got Manuwa winning. He ain't fighting a top 3 guy, so he'll get the W.
Man, see, this is one that's interesting to me because Volkan's come through 3 fights now in the UFC, 2 or 3 fights in the UFC. Let me fact check myself here real quick.
He had that
and he's already in the 5th
of Krunov. That was pretty good. I actually had OSP beating him. That was a crazy fight, and then he did what he had to do.
2 fights in the UFC. Yeah. Yeah. He went out there. He beat OSP on the scorecards for sure, and then knocked out Misha. Yeah, that was kind of a weird knockout, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
got that elbow and just dropped that man.
Right. It was good though. I think it'll be a closer fight, but I think Jimmy will still walk away with the win. I agree with you there.
Then on the prelims, I'm gonna watch our man Ajo, a friend of the show. But other than him, I'm not watching none of them other people.
What? Dude, there are some sick fights on this prelims. Oh my god.
Ricardo Lamas, Jason Lamas, Jason Knight. I think Jason Knight is not don't got the experience. I care less about Ortega. Care less about Feely.
Jason Knight is a beast, man. Jason Knight's a future champion in that division. I'm so serious. That dude is legit. That dude is legit. He's still developing. He's still developing.
He's young? You think he's gonna be Cody because I'm saying he's a young cat. So you think he's gonna be Cody because he's young?
No, I'm saying he's young and he's still developing, and he's already so impressive. He's 20-2, just getting in the rankings, man. The dude's been running through people and like doing it with that attitude, that anger too. I love it, man. I love it.
He love the anger.
Yes, he gets in there like as soon as he gets hit, he's like, "Come on, bring it! You're supposed to be so bad, hit me!" You know.
Yeah, he reminds me of a featherweight version of what's that guy that we saw?
Cowboy Cerrone. That's what I call him. No. I call him the featherweight cowboy.
No, and he got more skills now. I'm not gonna do him like that. What's the cat that beat Michael Johnson, the new dude?
Justin Gaethje? No, hell no. He's more like Cowboy than he is Gaethje. Because Gaethje just goes in there and swings for the fences. Jason Knight actually has an approach and a game plan. Okay.
Yeah, he does an approach.
He has an approach and a game plan, and he's really well-rounded. And Ricardo Lamas, man. Ricardo Lamas is no pushover, but this is one of the best fights on the card.
Who's picking this fight?
I don't know. I want to pick Jason.
I think experience wins the fight.
I want to pick Jason because I've interviewed the dude like multiple times, and he's just super humble. But Ricardo
the truth comes out.
Ricardo was so good everywhere too, though. It's damn good.
I think Lamas wins. I got Lamas, Aljo. Aljo's gonna pick him and Barral apart because, as we know, him and Barral's hand game is suspect, and that's what Aljo shines in. She's gonna showcase on him. Why they always fighting at a catchweight? I didn't get that at all.
Because in the California commission, because Barral missed weight last time, and so they won't let him fight at 135 because he missed weight, so he has to fight within a certain percentage of his weight. So they had to do a catch weight.
Oh, so they catch weight without anybody like basically losing money or whatever.
Yes, yeah, but it's because of those California weight.
They do it the right way though. Why don't people adjust that? They do it the right way.
Oh yeah, they're really ahead of the game on that, and it'll start to catch on more. Man, I'm really mad that Sarah McMahon's not on there. I really like her. I sat next to her at a weigh-in, and just she's a legit U.S. Olympian, and she's a nice lady, and she got skills. And people don't realize she legitimately got the right chance. Could still be a champion. Who you talking about?
Sarah McMahon. She's supposed to be on this card. They pulled her. They pulled her. They pushed her to 215.
Yeah, for sure. No, Sarah McMahon's solid. I agree. She's too nice, though. Too nice.
Too nice.
Too nice. Like, when she gets on the mic after she wins, she's just like, it would be awesome, like, if I could please possibly maybe be considered, if you feel so inclined, to possibly maybe think about a title shot for me in the near future, because I'm a really good fighter. And I work really hard, and I just love everyone on this planet.
Like, she's a legitimately nice lady. Shout out to Sarah. How we get on the show. But you and the mic thing, this is why I think the mic thing is stupid to an extent. Like, you got Jimmy Rivera. I didn't even sound Dominic Cruz, I'm coming for you, bro. That fool did not sound believable at all. He would have been better just shutting the hell up. He shouldn't even said nothing.
Disagree. Strong disagree.
It's just just because you throwing a name out there.
No, he did it with conviction, and it makes sense.
Fight, bruh.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but the way he did it, it didn't sound for real. It's like he felt like he had to do it. Man. And then you catch him on the minute. Sorry, man, no disrespect. You really try to fight somebody, you feel like, yeah, I'm coming for you. Like, that didn't even seem believable. Like, I'm not trying to say, should he have called that Dominic Cruz? Yeah, but the way he did it, like he might as well just shut up. He was better not saying nothing. The way he did it, I want Dominic Cruz. I'm coming for him. And then as soon as you think camera's off of you, no disrespect, man. Sorry. Really,
No, I mean,
I'm gonna watch that fight now. I'm just geared up to watch it now. Really.
I see what you're saying, but no, I love the call.
Like, one time I said you shouldn't have called him out, but it's like if you gonna do it, you gotta do it the right way and be believable, or just shut the hell up. You hurting your cause. Like what you score him then, since you always rate what they said, because you gave him over a B, your system is flawed.
I gave him an A.
Come on, bro. He'll get a C- at best.
Why? He called out a guy with conviction.
Did he call out the right people? Yeah. Did he come off as believable? Like he really wants to fight him?
Yes.
I fight him because I have to. But I'm not fighting him for any other reason because I feel like I have to.
Just because he said no disrespect, he's legitimately just trying to climb the ladder. And that's a logical step for him.
But he can tell you people without getting on the mic and saying after the fight. So because you say it publicly.
Respectful.
But that's not making me want to buy the fight, though.
Why not? That's the fight that makes sense.
I didn't say it didn't make sense, but it doesn't mean I have to watch it.
You should want to see it. You should want to see it if it makes sense.
Man, says I don't have to watch that. I'm good, bro. You're all right.
Whatever. You'll love it. You'll love it when that fight gets booked. It'll be all over. Dominic Cruz is going to dominate. That's what you're going to be saying.
No, I don't think he will. I think Dominic Cruz got exposed by Cody Garbrandt. I think the fact that he ain't itching to get in that cage, like that was in December. Here we are in July. He has no fights in the books, which means by the time he get in the cage, at the earliest, it'll be October. So it'll be a whole 10 months when he got his ass beat. He don't got no messed up knee this time. So what is his excuse? That's a telltale. Like you trying to ease your way up out this game and be like Faber. You talk about Faber, but you want to be like him because you want to make that money outside the cage and not get hit in the head, which I don't blame you. Dominic Cruz is a very smart guy. I will try to get him on this show. But that's a telltale the fact that he didn't like just jump back in. First legit loss in like 7-8 years. No, I'm good. I'm just gonna chill at Fox.
And he's got a very nice job in the booth, getting paid without getting punched.
Exactly. So I'm not saying the fight game man that passed him. Rivera Max, he could beat him. So I don't think he'll just walk through him, but I still don't mean I have to watch that fight. If I don't ever see that fight, I'm gonna still be a fan.
Rivera's a solid dude, man. He's solid everywhere. I like his game a lot for sure.
But do you think do you think he's good enough to be a champion?
Possibly. It depends on the path that he has to take to get there.
I don't think he'd be TJ or Cody.
I don't know. It'd be a hell of a good fight. That's for sure.
Oh, Cody gets him because if he got caught like he did in that second round, Cody gets him out of there. That's without a doubt.
Yeah, it's possible.
TJ, it's possible.
It's possible. TJ would be a good fight for him.
Huh?
That would be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. I like the potential there. There's a lot of good matchups for him in the near future, and I think he has a good chance of winning all of them. Let's be honest with you. Got more than a puncher's chance. Put it that way.
Oh yeah, I give him that. No, I'm not gonna say that. I gotta see him be a champion to call him champ. I gotta see it to believe it.
Absolutely. Looking at the rest of these last two fights on prelims, Brian T City is always exciting. Andre Fili is always exciting. Anybody on the fight?
The dude that Andre Fili's fighting. That dude, I didn't even heard of him.
Hey, I don't know. He's a newcomer. He's a shadow. He's a silhouette. No disrespect. I don't know anything about him. I will do my research while I'm on the plane. That way, I'll fly out Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing my more in-depth research on the plane.
What do you think about Kailin Curran? Because she's like on the edge of getting cut. I think
possibly. I like her game. She's a solid fighter, man. But her record just doesn't reflect it. And she's going against Albu, who's undefeated, solid, super solid fighter, man. This is a tough fight for her. Very tough fight for her. I do agree. I think if she loses this, it's back to Invicta for her or another promotion. But, yeah, you can't lose 3 out of your last 4 and then have your another loss make it 3 in a row and still hang around, unless you're Jessica Eye somehow.
Man, then my girl Jessica 125 so she can do some things.
Hey, never know, never know. But yeah, Albu's solid, man. That's gonna be a tough fight for Kalen. Tough fight.
So we gonna do our thing back in the Slipping Dip Studios next Sunday, right?
Everything yeah, for sure. We'll be back. We'll be back on the third floor this coming Sunday for the next episode. Yeah, I'm also bringing back the vlog for this week coming up here in Anaheim. If you remember, the reason I'm doing it is because if you remember the last vlog I did, you were on it, and it was also International Fight Week where we had Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier again. So I think it's only right to bring it back again to recapture any potential madness that may go down. So check it out.
Are you gonna have a strawweight champion on there?
Right? I don't know. I'm sure she'll be in the city. She'll be in the city for sure.
No. I'm talking about the unofficial strawweight champion from the UK.
Oh, the paperweight champion. The paperweight champion. Yeah. Jim will be on there. Danny will be on there. Boy Jose will be on there. It's gonna be the whole gang. We're gonna have the whole shebang going on.
Yeah, I had to skip it for personal reasons. I'll be at the next one. So next one we're gonna go together is gonna be in October, right? Because we're not going to Canada. We don't take the show out the country. We keep it in the U.S.
Hey, man, I went up to Toronto. Did the Toronto thing at 206.
Are you going to 215?
I don't know yet. Maybe.
I can't. I'm already out for that one because I got Mayweather McGregor and I got Triple G Canelo, and then the next month will be whatever 26. Don't give me on the number 26. The one that's October. Next one October in Las Vegas. I'll be back in the crew for the UFC scene. So I'm gonna lay low for the next couple of months. I got too much with Mayweather McGregor and Triple G and Canelo coming up.
No, I got you. Yeah, I don't know what my next official trip will be after this weekend, but we'll see. We will see. It'll be epic. I'm looking at the schedule right now. I don't see what event I'll be able to attend coming up soon. Honestly, I mean maybe 215. Maybe that might be one I could get to.
Oh, you going to Edmonton then?
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, everything else is like all over the place. Like the next one we got Mexico City, then you got Vegas for McGregor Mayweather, and then you got then they're going to the Netherlands, then they're going to Canada, then they're going to Pittsburgh, then they're going to Japan, Poland, Sydney, Australia. So they're going worldwide pretty much for this quarter of the year, and then they'll hit it back, for New York again to close out the year.
Oh, so, you got to go to NYC. 205, the best UFC event I've been to so far. That week was platinum. Everything that can happen. Well, I can't say everything happened. Everything outside the cage that can happen. It was just a fun week. And then we show up on fight night, and we saw some ass whoopers go down. That's all you get. That's all you can see. Best press conference I seen for USC. My man came out there with the leather coat, the big coat, took my man's belt and won the fight on Wednesday. I ain't never seen the person win a press conference in UFC. I've seen it in boxing a couple times. I ain't never seen him win the fight on Wednesday at the press conference. That's exactly what he did that week. Eddie Alvarez was done. That's the first time I seen it in UFC happen.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy for sure. But who knows if we'll ever or what's going to happen on that card? Maybe Conor goes out there and starches McGregor or Mayweather and.
Come on, stop! I'll stop you right there.
Okay, all right.
He talking crazy. He said starch, bro.
I said maybe. It's impossible. Extreme hypothetical situation.
No, that's impossible, bro. That's like I'm not gonna even entertain that way.
I mean, who knows? I mean, that card's supposed to have like Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. Who else are supposed to have on that card? Dillashaw Cruz or Dillashaw. They're supposed to have Dillashaw and Garbrandt on there too.
Here's a couple things. Get this for the show this week. They said that Conor, regardless of when he loses or whatever against Mayweather, is coming back in December for the New Year's card in Vegas. And our alpha male people, hopefully we can get them on the show. They can tell us Justin Buchholz will be a future guest on the show when Garbrandt, because it's either going to be November or December. So we don't know yet. It's gonna be one or the other. But I think it's signed for New York though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're targeting New York. That's what I've been reading and hearing. But we'll see. I mean, it's not official yet, so you never know.
Gotcha.
You never know what changes may come our way. But yeah, man, it's going to be a fun week ahead. I'm looking forward to it. All the madness. There's going to be some drama. There will be drama. It's my bold. It's not even really a bold prediction. It's almost a guarantee. There will be drama this week. So
you mean just period, or you mean on the between Jones and Cormier? Because it could be a cyborg drama. Hell, it
will be drama. I don't know who. I don't know how. There will be drama. Let me just put it at that. Strap in, folks. We're going for a ride this week in California, baby.
If I don't know better, it's like you pump for Wednesday.
I'm pumped, man. I'm hitting that red eye. Be right out there. We're hitting that press conference on Wednesday. We're going to see John Jones and Dan Cormier sitting side to side, talking that smack, get some quotes, get some one-liners, get some stuff to tear up social media. We get some extra pay-per-view buys for the people.
Do you think we hear N-bomb on Fight Week? Fight Week.
Yes.
Ah, boy.
Yes. Yes. There's no doubt. We're going to hear it. No doubt. That's a lock for me. Is there a betting line on it? Because I'll drop a 20 on it.
This one that inspired up. I'll be watching things back for sure. It's crazy because I'm the one that be on the West Coast. I spent most of my time on the West Coast. That week's like switching spots.
Right? Yeah, no doubt. It's gonna be a fun week, man. I'm excited.
For personal reasons, I don't know where you're sitting at when you get your pass and stuff. You gotta tell me that on Sunday morning, so I can make it for my personal memory.
For what
we got some behind the scenes stuff on seat locations at future events.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you know.
And what others are sitting too, not just you.
Oh, for sure.
I got other people basically on the list because I got some data that ain't adding up. So I need some more proof on my side so I can and put that evidence on that table and get what I want when it comes to this fight game. As you know, if you don't have the facts on your side, you don't get shit in the fight game, as you know. So I'll make sure them facts be on my side before I say something.
For sure, man. Of course, I'm gonna keep you posted, let you know what's going on. A lot of events going on this week. It's gonna be fun. Drama. I'm ready for it. It's coming.
So are you already quoting the show for next week? Recap.
Yeah. It's like follows Game of Thrones out there. Winter is coming. It's coming this week. Well,
I watching something crazy happen. I'm falling my chair. I'm another time zone that you gonna be in. Like, there you go. I know he's smiling. I'm not trying to say it's not gonna happen. I don't know if I would read you the narrow and be like, Cyborg ain't gonna make weight. Cormier don't make weight or something like that.
Just saying, man. We're gonna get thrown a curveball. It's gonna come in fast. It's gonna start right at our head and then hit us low and outside and away for strike 3. It's going to be something beautiful. It's going to be something nasty. And we're just all going to be sitting there like, what? So
no drama happened. You owe me a burger at Steak and Shake, right?
I mean, I think let me put it this way. If we get to fight night with no drama on the scales, no drama during fight week, I think it's guaranteed a lock that Daniel Cormier is walking away the champion. There's going to be some madness. There's got to be some madness.
So you like going to the bitter end then.
There's got to be some madness this weekend. There's got to be something crazy.
He got to the bitter end.
Yep.
Yeah, now because being out there for 214 and 213, you went out there. Now you gotta pay attention on the damn day of the fight. Usually, as we all know, the day of the fight, something might happen in the fight. Somebody may get their ass beat they supposed to. That happens. But now with that whole Nunes stuff, now I gotta stay by my phone. Hell, you wouldn't even hear it. And you whatchamacallit, hit me up. Shout out to Paulie Malignaggi that just retweeted your boy live on the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Paulie. Appreciate you doing that interview, man. That was awesome stuff coming on. Obviously doing big things, biggest fight of the year, biggest fight of the history of fighting, possibly. McGregor Mayweather. He's in the trenches, literally. In there with McGregor. Getting that training in. Yeah, that's awesome stuff. What else? Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here? Obviously, we'll be bringing the goods on Sunday for episode number 15.
Hey, like I said, I got whatchamacallit. I got John Jones winning. I definitely got Cyborg winning. She don't expect nobody on fight night. And I still got my man Tyron winning. I think we're gonna have 2 air news and we're gonna have an and still.
I'm rocking with you on those same picks as well. Unless if we get to fight night and there's been no drama all week long. Again, like I said, if we get to the main card and nothing silly has happened, I'm saying and new all the way across the board. That's what's going to happen. Madness. There's got to be some chaos out of this week. There's got to be. It's written. It's written somewhere in the mythical MMA gods. They've foreseen it.
So you sure? You sure about this, then?
No, I mean, not really. I'm just kind of really just talking. But official picks will be John Jones, Tyron Woodley, and Chris Cyborg. Chalk all the way through.
But the thing is, who does Cyborg fight after this time? I want to get on the show, man. Like, her people like me. Like, I've been talking behind the scenes and back and forth. I'm like, we're not gonna make no fun of it. You about respecting nobody.
Oh man, yeah.
That might be the funniest one light of the year. Fuck you.
Absolutely.
You don't respect nobody. You talk too much shit.
Yeah. Oh, so messed up, but so funny at the same time.
Yeah, that's a funny, not funny.
Yeah, exactly. That was definitely that moment.
No doubt, man. Sure. I went there live. That would have been even funnier, boy. My Mac has been just like this.
TMZ ended up, right?
Right.
Hey, whoever sold that video to TMZ probably made some cash. If they did sell it. I know Cage Pages was the ones that got it. I wonder if they paid somebody for it. I don't know. Whatever.
Cage Page. You know who won that site?
Who
wants Cage Page?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Don't care. Don't care. But yeah. That's it, man. Let's put a lid on this episode. It was a solid episode. Paulie Malignaggi coming through with the interview. A lot of good talk, man. A lot of good talk.
Hey, do you have a guest you can tease for next Sunday or next week?
Gotta tune in to find out.
Hey, people, we working for y'all. We got everybody from world champions to future world champions to trainers of world champions scheduled to come up on future casts in the next few weeks. We guarantee some of them will be on this show. Don't know when, don't know where, how, but we're going to make it happen.
We'll keep them coming for you. Absolutely. Episode 14. 1-4. Episode 14 on UFC 214 week. Drama. Winter is coming. It's coming. Peace.